I'll be officially graduated in communication design in Faculty of Fine Arts, and there's been a very, very long journey, 4 years to be exact, and it won't stop here. But before diving into that, let's recap the process. I've been thinking that I was one step away from calling myself a graphic designer, and I was far from true. To that point, I just made awfully ugly work, basically just copying something from Pinterest and calling it mine. And if I learned something in these 4 years, is that being a designer is much more than doing something beautiful. My whole meaning of beautiful changed. Being a designer is to be a creative intellectual and being someone with a trained and an educated eye and mind. I don't like a piece simply for its color or font. I like a piece when each and every element talks with one another and creates space for wonder, for basically to all of them work in a singular, unique piece. And I'm not talking about extravagant elements. I'm just saying that a good design doesn't need to say that it is a good design. It simply creates space for you to go and contemplate it. So how did I change my mind, do you ask? Probably. This degree did not change my mind just because of the classes. Yeah, sure, they made a big difference, but one thing is for sure, the biggest thing on this degree is your colleagues and your professors. You are constantly seeing works of other people and seeing their point of view that most of the time are different than yours. Also, everyone is allowed and incentivized to criticize your work, and believe it or not, that's how you grow. So, talking about my professors, you basically are in touch with the best artists of the country. If you know something about design, probably you know Eduardo Aires. We went to his studio and we knew his team, and he actually was a professor of ours for a short time. My videography and animation professor, Vitor Almeida, was the one responsible for this channel, was the one responsible for my final project, and that's one I'll talk about in the end, so stick around. I could be here listing a lot of people, but what I'm trying to say is that the most valuable thing in design school is actually the people. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend a lot of workshops and seminars, but I think that it is something very, very important for your growth as a professional. Every year we have an arraial where designers and studios around the world join to go to our school to give talks about a variety of themes. I've attended Dynamo's talk in 2024, maybe? And this year was Studio Merge and Studio Dobra, if I'm right. And there's workshops that I really recommend to everyone who has the opportunity to go. Last year I had a ReadyMag web design workshop with Francisco Pires, and it was an awesome experience. I was already using ReadyMag before the workshop, and I used it to this day to host my portfolio. But yeah, either way, I learned a lot on that workshop, and it was really, really fun. And why not talk a little bit about the project that I've made until this point? Let's rapid fire them. Drawing to photography, videography, geometry, history of the art, history of design, programming again with a different name, web design, animation lab, animation techniques, editorial design, and a lot more. I'm finishing up with sound design, game design, investigation and critic in design, and last but definitely not least, final project that you might have guessed is very important. I'm making a game in game design. Wow. With 4 more members, where we are restricted to teams that the professor previously selected. So basically you can call it a 3-week game jam, because yeah, we only have 3 weeks. In investigation and design critique, where is a group project, we were given a word and basically we have to write an essay, no sé. And we are finishing up with an exam. Yeah. And for sound design and final project, like I said in the beginning, it's my final project, hence the name, which we were free to work with any media or team we wanted. And I decided to make a short film called The Artist Homogenization. I think I pronounced it right. It's about a contemporary artist who is basically more and more consuming the same, producing the same, resulting in a world that looks each and every single day more unoriginal and dead. Which this was made more visible due to the rise of social media and generative AI. This project is to alert and make people notice what is going around the world now. At first I wanted to make everything from the music to the video, but due to time constraints I wasn't able to. So yeah, I'll be using Epidemic Sound's library for this project. There's a lot of music to elevate this video, this short film. So yeah, I'm excited to show you the final project. I'll be working on that on these next few days. So well, I'm working on that tomorrow. So yeah, stick around to see the results. These 4 years, the 4 Jahre were very important to me for my growth as a professional and as a person. And I wouldn't finish this without mentioning that it was there where I knew the person that I will spend the rest of my life. E olá.
Sério, como é que isso está?
Está à tua cabeça, sim. Obrigado pela tua participação. So yeah, thank you for joining me. I hope to see you on my next video. Bye.